and he continued to go on. He provided OSHA pictures and the inspection stickers. He actually saved them. And I sent everything I had to Washington. They fired this fellow a few months later. His wife didn't take it too well. She told me you should have kept your mouth shut. Yeah, now he was pretty upset. You know, he actually showed up at my house here crying, and that was pretty hard to deal with. You know, so this fellow provided them with a lot more information too, and still no justice. So my case is now still open. They actually reopened it because I had to keep up the pressure. You believe me, you got to write and certify everything. When you write them letters, it's just such a hassle. OSHA is it's a total mess. You know, when I started this in '09, it turns out OSHA was being investigated too by their Investigator General and the Government Accountability Office for how pathetic it is with their whistleblower program. I didn't know any of this. I only went by their poster that was in our shop that told me I would be protected. So they blasted them, and apparently it's been going on for 20 years with OSHA. So even if you see this video, chances are nothing's changed. I mean, it's been going on for 20 years, nothing's changed. You know. So in December of '10, a third mechanic from the company came forward and met with the investigator from OSHA. He did it under anonymity, and because he was worried about his job. He even told the second technician, he says, I can't afford to lose my job. My retirement's been cut in half due to the economic drop. He said, I just can't afford to lose my job, man. He said, you can't let the company know. So, but he told me. So that's all you know, hey, I've been left out here to dry. You know what I mean? It's not a fun time, man. Not a fun time when you have a wife and kids. So he met with the investigator on December 6th of '10. Not until after he had the investigator checked out by his wife, who's a state trooper. This was even confirmed to me by the investigator, who I met actually on December 7th of '10, the next day. And he told me that. He said to the mechanic, he said, well, that's illegal. I said, well, I really don't care about that, John. And I said, doesn't it tell you that he's obviously worried about retaliation? Well, yeah, anybody would be, he says. I said, well, John, aren't we here about retaliation? Yeah, you're right. This is the OSHA investigator. This investigator told me a lot more. He told me that the reason the first investigator probably didn't want to be bothered with me was because she owns a farm in Virginia. It would probably be a hassle, he said, for her to come up here. That's really great. You know, destroy somebody's lives because, you know, you got to feed the cows. And slaughter the pigs. Pathetic. Really pathetic. So, I mean, this was his information, not mine. He also told me that, you know, that's why OSHA hired him, because they didn't have an 11C investigator in this area, in the Philadelphia area. He went on to tell me, he said that he was even disgusted with OSHA and their whistleblower program. He said, it is a joke. So, during our conversation, he even said that several times that, you know, on the side, you are a whistleblower, Greg. He is, with all the information, he is, you don't know how many cases I get where they call up after they've been fired, then you go to find out they have no documentation, no timelines, nothing. Then you dig deeper and it turns out they're always late for work, they don't call in when they don't show up, you know, they don't do anything when they do show up. He says, you know, I said, you really got it covered. Here I am. I'm done with them. This investigator told me a lot. You know, he told me no less than 3 times, he said, Greg, I'm putting you through as a whistleblower. You know, to do this to people is wrong. So you decide to go forward, man, don't think they got your back, because they don't. They really don't. You know, you do the right thing. I said, unless you work for maybe a diner or a mom and pop grocery store, you might have a case, and you know, with OSHA, because that's somebody they can probably go up against. But a big corporation, you know, no. No. But and matter of fact, this investigator, OSHA is now charged with protecting oil rig workers. It's called the Seaman Protection Act. And I actually brought this up with the investigator, because, hey, you know what? He says, I'm the first one in the country to get the first case of that. You know, it's a new law. I said, oh, that's great. I says, John, you can't even protect those guys here on land. I said, oh, are you going to protect those guys? I said, he goes, yeah, you're right. He goes, oh man, it's not good. So even if you're an oil rig worker, my suggestion is to you, put on a pair of blinders that kind of use on horses. This way, when you see the rig explode and your buddies are burning, you won't see them. Second, put earplugs in so you don't hear them screaming. Third, take swimming lessons. This way you can swim clear of the rig. Maybe you'll get another job. Don't blow the whistle. Do not. Matter of fact, one of your oil rig workers were even on CNN. Even said that about BP. You could blow the whistle on safety. They wouldn't fire you for it, but they would find another way to fire you for it. And that was in front of 4 other guys from the rig. These were all these guys were Deepwater Horizon survivors. So, it doesn't work. I'm not even sure why they have this program. You know, you just can't believe the amount of evidence I provided them. So I'm hoping you can use this as a template. And, you know, matter of fact, I'm supposed to send these in. These are all notes that I kept throughout the years, all of them. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but here they are. All right, this is just some of them. This is just notes. This isn't even documentation of emails. It doesn't work. Don't do it to your wife and kids. It's hard, man. I got a house, I got a young wife, you know, I got 2 little kids, I got 2 older kids. Previous, I said, and they're all good kids. Got one in the Navy, one going in the Navy. I can't even face them anymore. You know, everything's closing in on you. You slowly watch how your world collapses because you have no money anymore. You know, you go in for jobs and you go into the business and you ask for an application, you drop off a resume, and they look at it and you start thinking, God, did they know I'm a whistleblower? Who wakes up and thinks of this crap? You know, I mean, who wants to be a whistleblower? All I wanted was my job protected. That's all I wanted from OSHA. Didn't want anything else. Just protect my job, man. Somebody had to say something. That fell on that fork with the convention center stuck in my head for so long. I probably should have spoke up then, but I thought I could change things. I thought, you know, they would look at what I provided. You know, I don't know if I'm going to survive. So, but like I said, at the end of this video, you know, there's a P.O. box, and you know, you can trust it to me. And if there's anything I can help you with, any information, I'll do the best I can. It's a complete joke. All I can say is good luck. God help us all.